Tomorrow we have a big day. We're gonna do a double century ride. This is the longest ride I've ever done. We're gonna combine it with a Oahu perimeter ride with 3 of my friends, which is 140 miles. And then I'm gonna add another 60 miles to this and be the longest day on my bike. I'm looking at probably about 15 hours. What gave me the idea to do this? I keep getting longer and longer rides, and it's just fun to see how far you can go out into the unknown and just keep going. I've done the Oahu perimeter ride twice. The first time was a real adventure. First time I did it was on my 1991 Trek 8000 fully rigid mountain bike. Roadies always talk about going around the island, but they usually refer to up the center of the island and down the east side, the traditional Ironman cycling course, 112 miles. The true perimeter is 140 miles, but you have to go through dirt roads on the northwest tip of the island. It's impassable by car, but this makes it the true perimeter ride. Sebastian, who's going tomorrow, did his first perimeter ride on a single speed with flat pedals and rubber slippers, flip-flops. He's never owned a car before either. Second time I did it, I was a little more seasoned. Had gotten my first road bike about 2 years ago. I cut the time down on the Oahu perimeter ride by about 4 hours, and I rode with 2 other guys who were pretty fast. This second perimeter ride was just 6 months ago. Everett really wanted to do it. It was his training for the BC bike ride, mountain bike stage race over 7 days in British Columbia. And he did really well, but got full body cramps just 20 miles from the finish. So tomorrow is like a revenge ride for Everett. One of the inspirations, a video I saw on YouTube by a guy who's become one of my favorite YouTube entertainers named Durian Rider. He's a vegan cyclist, and he set out to do a 24-hour time trial. What an awesome adventure it would be to do a double perimeter ride, which would be 140 miles times 2, 280 miles, and I'm pretty sure that would take about 24 hours. Bike check, bike check. This is my Felt F75 road bike, kind of an entry-level aluminum. Small modification here. It's a 10-speed Shimano drivetrain, but I added a mountain bike cassette, 11 by 36. And that is a mountain bike derailleur, a long cage derailleur. 9-speed mountain derailleur is compatible with the 10-speed road shifters. And sure enough, it worked. This was what I put on here for Mauna Kea. That's a compact crankset, 34 by 36 gearing, which really allows you to spin up the steep climbs. And I just kept it on there because I like it. I've got a Bluetooth speaker here that I mounted with a hose clamp and a 1/4 inch by 20 thread, just like a camera screw. Just screws on there like that. I've got my lights because right now we're in winter time in Hawaii. The days are a little shorter than 12 hours, and I'll probably be out on the road for about 15 hours, including all the stops and breaks. So this is my Night Rider minute bike light. I've got this nice little gas tank, I think they call it, Revelate Designs out of Alaska. Use this for Mauna Kea, it was awesome. And of course my Rasta Man anti-vibration bar tape with Physique gel pads underneath there. I had some lessons learned on my last perimeter ride, which was about 6 months ago, and I kind of kept some notes on that. Had some pain in my feet and my hands, so I didn't do anything to change my feet. I was thinking about putting aero bars on my bike, but I realized that that'll probably give me neck pain, and the bike's not really set up for aero bars. Those aero bars are more like for triathlon bikes and time trial bikes where the seat comes forward. So I just decided not to mess with that, and I'm just gonna plan to move my hands around more, different positions, maybe even go no hands for a while. And you'll see I've got the Candy crank better clipless pedals matched with some Shimano mountain bike shoes. And the perimeter ride includes 5 miles of dirt road, which is probably going to be really muddy, and this bike does not do good in the mud. Not much clearance here. On these Gatorskin 28mm tires, there's just millimeters between the frame, the fork frame, and brake calipers, so it packs up with mud, gets to the point where you can barely spin the tires. Pushing out here just a little bit after 3 a.m. Could barely sleep last night, probably about an hour and a half of sleep, but luckily I got about 10 hours the night before. Wind was howling last night, probably averaging in the mid-20s, gusting to 30. It's still pretty windy. That's going to affect us on the north side of the island, but here we go. I met Brian, Everett, and Sebastian in downtown Honolulu at the Capitol building at 8 a.m. And we started up clockwise around the island. We got 5 flat tires, lost a pedal, and we needed 2 flat tires. We had to wait for the bike shop to open. It was a rough day. Just rolled in. It's almost 9:30 p.m. and I am done. Almost 18 hours, 15 minutes total time. 200 miles in. Got it. Oh, I'm tired. So tired. So tired.